Now in your aquarium, one of your main concerns is pH. The pH of an aquarium tends to fall due to all the acids produced by fish and by carbon dioxide from bacteria and all that sort of stuff. If you put products like Texas Holy Rock, coral sand, corals and things like that, they will tend to raise your pH to about 7.8. So driftwood and other things will also tend to lower pH. So there are things you can add to the water that will have a constant effect on pH. Now, one of the main terms you hear used in regards to pH, which is the acid or alkaline levels of your aquarium, is buffering. So there are all different sorts of buffering products. So if you use a standard pH up to raise your pH, then you will not have buffering. That means that the pH will rise, but if you use sodium bicarbonate, the pH will just fall again in the presence of any acids. Now, if you use other products to buffer your water, such as calcium carbonate and magnesium-based products and so forth, then it'll actually raise your pH and help to keep the pH up. So if I show you through the different sorts of buffering products we have available, we have General KH. General KH is going to raise the pH and the KH. We also have Neutral KH, and that is going to raise the pH to about 7, and it will raise your KH but not raise your pH too high. We also have a Turtle KH, which will raise your pH to about 8.4. We also have, and it will raise your KH. Then we've also got an Amazon KH, and that will allow you to have acidic water but will still raise your KH. So we'll probably run at about 6-8. There are also various saltwater buffers available, and they will actually raise the pH and KH within salt water. So there's various brands. Nearly every brand has got a buffer in it. So no matter what sort of fish you keep, buffering is something you want to learn about. So buffering allows you to keep your pH and stabilize it. So you can use buffers to stabilize any sort of pH. You can also use various buffers to stabilize the lower pHs. So anyway, if you've got any more questions on what is a buffer and how does it work, make sure you put a little note at the bottom of this video. The two other things that are going to really affect it is photosynthesis and surface agitation and CO2. So if you have good oxygen levels, your pH tends to remain higher. If you have high CO2 levels, your pH tends to be lower. Anyway, feel free to put a comment at the bottom of this video.